Elizabeth Hasselbeck's new comment today sparked a great Showbiz Tonight debate. Did Elizabeth Hasselbeck have anything to apologize for today? Right now in New York, Carolina Bermudez is a senior editor for In Touch Weekly. She's also the co-host of the fantastic Elvis Duran in the Morning Show radio program. And in Memphis, it's Ben Ferguson, who's a conservative radio host. All right, I got to give Elizabeth Hasselbeck a lot of credit for what she did today when she came out and apologized. I did think her comments yesterday were totally off base. I think they just served to victimize Erin Andrews all over again. But, Ben, what do you think? Did Elizabeth have anything to apologize for?
Look, I think the apology was okay, and I understand that she came out and said, look, I probably shouldn't have said that. But the fact of the matter is, Erin Andrews is out there shaking her stuff, and that's how she's making her money. She wouldn't have been on Dancing with the Stars without all the controversy going on. If she wants to protect herself from crazies in the future, you might want to think twice before you walk out there and show it all to the world and expect that some crazy isn't going to come after you.
Right, Ben, so what she's supposed to do is crawl into a hole and never come out in public again and wear a nun's habit. Well, that's exactly what you're saying.
No, it's not. No, what I said was last night, the fact of it is, she would not have been on Dancing with the Stars if people wouldn't have known about what happened with her.
Oh, that's
and
absurd.
If these videos would have gone out there. She would have been a sideline.
Reporter.
She would have been, and guess what? She still would have been an ESPN sideline reporter at that. The controversy made her famous. This has made her famous. And the fact is, if she wants to protect herself, and if she was so hurt by what happened, as she says that she is, then you might want to be a little more careful when you go out there on TV and you shake it.
But, Ben, why should she, and this was not specifically about shaking it, this was specifically about the outfit she was wearing. Why should she, above anybody else, have to tone down what she was wearing?
Well, look, the fact of the matter is it depends on what you want to do with your life. If she wants to go out there and to constantly be talking about how she's going to defend women, as she should, and I think that's a great point for her to make, it's kind of hard for people to take it seriously when you're saying those comments from the ropes and from the red carpet, you're wearing next to nothing. It's hard for me to take you seriously.
That is ridiculous. And you know what? I love how Elizabeth Hasselbeck is wearing a tube top, which some people would say is next to nothing, and she's criticizing what Erin Andrews is wearing. Seriously, if you think about it, a lot of people would look at Elizabeth Hasselbeck and what she chooses to wear on The View every day, and they could have an issue with that. This is a dancing show. It is a costume.
Elizabeth Hasselbeck and the clothes that she wears on The View aren't even close to as revealing as what they wear in Dancing with the Stars. You know it, I know it. It's disingenuous to claim otherwise. Erin Andrews is a beautiful woman, and everybody agrees with that.
But she should hide it.
You're going to go out there
and she should cover it up, is what you're saying.
There's a difference between being tasteful and letting it all hang out. Just go ask Pamela Anderson, who got voted off last night.
Please.
But Ben, you said it yourself. This is what they wear on Dancing with the Stars. Everybody dresses like that. Listen,
Kate Gosselin wasn't wearing this. There's no way.
She certainly was wearing some pretty racy stuff. I would beg to differ with you. Look, on The View today, she's not the only one who cried. Erin Andrews did tell Access Hollywood that's exactly what she did when she heard what Elizabeth said yesterday. Watch this.
I cried. I got emotional. I felt like it was a slap in the face for victims of stalkers and victims of sexual predators.
Would you like an apology from Elizabeth?
No, I don't need an apology.
All right, so right there, Erin saying she doesn't need an apology, but you did get one personally on the phone from Elizabeth. Elizabeth publicly apologized on The View today. Carolina, my question is, will people now be able to forgive Elizabeth? Because I, for one, when I heard what she said today, I said, good for her for owning her comments and for basically taking it back.
Well, definitely. I think it takes a big person to apologize, and it takes an even bigger person to accept an apology. So I think that people need to look at it as a very sincere apology. Elizabeth went on there. I think the problem is that Elizabeth has a pattern of putting her foot in her mouth all the time. And so I think that people have seen this before. And so some people may be skeptical that this is actually, her real feelings, that she's apologizing.
Ben, I want you to go on our Facebook page when we're done with this segment, because you have to see, and I scoured through this thing looking for one person who was in support of what Elizabeth said, and nobody was, including this one comment I'll read from Lori G. Elizabeth did the right thing by apologizing. Elizabeth was crying. I don't think she meant to hurt Erin and made a mistake. No one's perfect. We all mess up at one time or another. But I didn't find one comment saying what she said was okay. What do you say to all the critics who are going after Elizabeth today?
The fact of the matter is, when she made the comment, as you played at the very beginning of the piece, all the audience, and you heard them, laughed in agreement, in my opinion.
Oh, it was
with what she
nervous
saying.
laughter, Ben. I gotta tell you, it was. And I
don't
appreciate
think so at all.
I appreciate what you're saying, but I do have to move on right now because we have big Kate Gosselin news. Speaking of Kate, she is now revealing today how she keeps herself in shape. Plus, wait till you hear the brand new details on why Kate is returning to Dancing with the Stars. Arlene and Ben, stay right where you are. That is coming up in just a moment.